sir. Before we go on to next talk by Dr. Viral Shah on selecting the right journal, I take this opportunity on behalf of All India Ophthalmological Society to welcome our keynote speaker, Dr. Anita Agrawal, who is vitreoretinal consultant at West Coast Retina and adjunct professor of ophthalmology at Vanderbilt Eye Institute. She is in fact alumni from India only. She did her undergraduation from Kasturba Medical College, Mangalore, and ophthalmology residency and fellowship training in both India and US. Her clinical interests include a variety of infectious, inflammatory, degenerative, and dystrophic medical retinal disorders. We will have keynote address from her shortly. Welcome, madam. Next speaker is Dr. Viral Shah, who is a consultant at Neakshi Hospital and is the chairman of Scientific Committee of Vidarbha Ophthalmic Society. He has to his credit many publications, and he will be talking to us on selecting the proper journal for your article.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ajay Joshi sir, for conceiving this course and considering me for as a panelist for this course. Among the stalwarts like Dr. Santosh Hanover, Dr. Sunil Morekar sir, Dr. Parikshit, Dr. Sabyasachi, and yourself, I am a bit of a novice here, but I will try to do my best. And so Dr. Sabyasachi, Dr. Joshi has touched on why to do research. Dr. Sabyasachi, how to go about doing research, and Dr. Morekar sir has told us about how to write a paper. But after writing a paper, you have to select the right journal for your article to send it for publication. So this is a disclaimer that it is only for new author who are writing their first or second paper and not for experts or veterans in publication field. So how do you choose a journal? Your guide chooses it for you. You are a very lucky guy. Your senior suggests it to you. Amazing. You don't need more suggestions. You choose on the basis of journals you follow. It is one of the better options, but the systematic approach is always there. More plausible options are there, and it is an easier systematic and scientific approach to choose the right journal for your manuscript, which we'll deal upon. What is the problem? Digital technology and new publishing models such as open access has revolutionized the publishing space, and there are now more than 84,000 academic peer-reviewed English language journals active, and more than 30,000 are related to health. So there are the good, the bad, and the ugly. It is important to differentiate between the good and the ugly journals, the predatory or pseudo journals, and the credible and quality journals. So what are the predatory journals? According to ICMJE, the suggested warning flag signs, they accept and publish almost all submissions. You send anything, they publish it. They charge article processing fees. They inform about this after the paper is accepted. They falsely claim to have a peer review. Their names are sounding similar to established journals. There is no retraction policy. Their homepage language targeting author and non-biomedical subjects are mixed along with biomedical topics. So what are the criteria for evaluating a journals? You must go about in a systematic way. That is, look at the scientific rigor of the journal, editorial quality, peer review process, ethics, editorial board members, journal reputation and its business model, author rights and copyrights, indexing status, impact factor, journal operations and archival practices, and email solicitations. Scientific rigor is basically the backbone of choosing a journal. You can know about the spirit of the journal by its scientific rigor. It's a key indicator. You can review publications published in the past and see about the purpose of the research and its methodology, tables and figures, whether they're clearly marked or not. References should be comprehensive. There should be a clear-cut peer review process. Plagiarism check using softwares are being used by them or not. Statistically, analysis is confirming to data validity is being done or not, and they are applying forensic tools to detect image manipulation. They use recognized guidelines for reporting such as Consort, Prisma, Strobe, which helps to ensure quality of scientific research and enhances the replicability of the research. Registration of clinical trial before the time of first patient enrollment is done by them, and transparency of journal practices and policies for data sharing is there. The next criteria is editorial quality. Editorial quality is noted in its publication. Misspelling, grammars, punctuation errors, lack of clarity and cohesiveness in writing, titles and abstract can also be revealing about the editorial quality. Peer review process, this is one of the important criteria. Transparency about peer review process is the benchmark. A reputable journal will fully disclose its peer review process. Additional details such as how conflicts of interest are handled, confidentiality and other ethical standards for peer reviewers should be available. Ethics, a quality journal will include information about plagiarism, conflicts of interest and internal review approval. A journal should include information as to ethics of their journal website, and deputy journal endorse guidelines and best practices for publishers such as international ICMJE, COP or WAME. Editorial board members, it reveals about the quality of the journal. There should be established experts in the field related to aim and scope of the journal. Their contact information of editorial staff should be available. Editorials published by them should be of high quality. Editorial board members from reputable journal will contribute frequent and thoughtful editorials that provide context and significance to publication for specific issue and discuss updates in journal policies for various authors and readers. Journal reputation and its business model. The reputation of the journal includes the publisher, the societal organization that sponsors the journal, and the aim, scope, and mission statement of the journal. The publisher of the journal or sponsoring society can lend a strong credence to the quality of the journal. The aim and scope should be clearly stated, and other information such as mission statement or sponsoring organization helps to access the reputation of the journal. Business model of the journal should be evident, and if there are fees for publication, fees should be clearly stated on the journal website. There should be no surprise fees after submission of the paper. Author's right and copyright, obviously, these are very important for the author sending the manuscripts. Authors are advised to anticipate any future reuses of their publications before selecting a journal and signing a copyright agreement form. If a journal does not allow for compliance with public access mandates, author will need to consider another journal. Journals may also stipulate various uses based on the version of the work, that maybe it may preprint, postprint, or final published version. Transparency of the journal's copyright policies for authors should be there. Indexing status, author want their research to be discoverable and read by others. A quality journal will be indexed by major bibliographical citation database such as Medline and various others. Medline is produced by NLM, and Medline index journals are considered to be premier journals in biomedical fields, and many authors rely on Medline indexing status as a strong indicator of a quality journal. In addition, Medline is freely available citation database with no subscription required, so any author can check for the indexing status by going on its website and searching for that particular journal. PubMed, Medline, and PMC should be differentiated. PubMed is a resource that aggregates citation from Medline, PMC, and other resources from the NCBI bookshelf, whereas PMC is a free archive of full text journal articles, and Medline is a journal citation database from the NLM. Journals that claim to be indexed by PubMed or Google Scholar should raise some warning signs. When it comes to selecting a journal, authors should verify the indexing status of the journal using a bibliographical or citation database rather than relying on the journal's own website. Impact factor scores. The journal citation reports JCR impact factor scores were developed in 1960 and has evolved over the years to be associated with identifying high impact journals for publication. Other impact scores are also there. The calculations are based on the number of citations within a specific time frame garnered by the publication from journal. Authors should pick target journals based on relevance and scientific rigor and quality, and not spurious impact factors only. Journal orientation and archival practices. Journal operations include archival practices using platforms such as Portico or JSTOR. You can visit the websites and understand about them. Whether a digital object identifier is being assigned to the articles, and ISSN number, International Standard Serial Number, is assigned to the journal, and the publication schedule is clear-cut defined or not. An irregular publication schedule, excessive advertising, and missing or sporadic issues are indicative of unstable journal management. Aim and scope, editorial board instruction for others, and journal contact information should be available and easy to find. Email solicitations. Beware of email solicitations for journal publication or various invitations to submit and extract. These emails are usually generic in nature and contain stilted or archaic language. They give unrealistic promises such as acceptance of publication within hours, publication within days. Some emails also include phrases such as let us know how much you can afford towards the article processing charges. There are some warning signs in email communications: poor grammar, misspelling, hyperbolic languages, excessive use of exclamation marks, promises of swift review, journal aim and scope not as per your area of research. The publisher or conference organizer is unfamiliar. The journal title is similar to an established journal. The publisher icon or logo is similar to an established journal. There are no credential of the editor or editorial staff or editorial board members. Indexing status for the journal is noted as PubMed or Google Scholar. Vague impact scores, inappropriate images or ad animations on website, inconsistent publication or conference history, no ISSN for journal, no DIA, and request for fees upfront or waiver of all fees. So in conclusion, there is no reliable list of good or nowadays there are also many websites or many search engines that give you, if you feed your research abstract or your title, they will suggest you some of the leading journals and you can make your own study according to that, which journal is good for you. There is no reliable list of good or bad journal, nor there is a foolproof method of automated decision aid tool to use for identifying journals. Author must begin their list of potential journal by considering the journals they use for research or clinical care. Potential journals include journals from publications that authors cite in their research, journals they review for, and journals associated with their professional organizations. Mentors and colleagues are a good big help as they provide insight as to which journals are regarded as relevant for an area of research and are recommended for tenure or promotion purposes. Consultation with mentors and colleagues can be important for early career authors and authors tackling a research topic outside their primary field. Thank you.